that fornication mindset, right? You'll do everything for that daughter just so you get some flesh, right? But now when you get a wife, you don't want to even cook her. You know what I'm saying? I'm speaking on your egg company, you know what I'm saying? Right. So listen, you'll cook eggs, take out to eat, go to the movies, wash a car, fix a flat. But then when it comes to your wife, you don't want to do nothing. No. Because you already feel like God. We ain't got to do nothing. Right. Nah, you can't be like that.
Wrong mindset.
Wrong mindset. Get your righteous mind back on.
Verse 8. He saith unto them, Moses, because of the hardness of your hearts, suffered you to put away your wives. But from the beginning, it was not so.
From the what?
From the beginning, it was not so.
So ain't we trying to get back to what it was? Ain't we trying to get back to the God? Yeah. Huh? That's what you should be focused on. If you got with a woman with an already half inkling that I might get rid of her, why is
you in the head?
Right.
It's in the wrong vibration. When you get with your woman, you supposed to be like, yeah, but I'm looking at some old age, you know what I'm saying, some grandbabies, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to have all that together in mind.
That's a whole change of mindset there, boy.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be on it. Go ahead.
Verse 9. And I say unto you, whosoever shall put away his wife, except it be for fornication, and shall marry another, committed adultery. And whoso marrieth her, which is put away, doth commit adultery.
Ouch. Now check this out. Now, wasn't adultery one of those crimes that you read? Yeah, we read 12. Yeah, man. You already Yeah, hey, listen. Did you understand that back then, adultery, even in the time of Christ, when the letter was brought before him, they asked about the stoning deal, right? You were supposed to be put to death for that. So listen, if we thinking spiritual, right, you are setting spiritual death upon yourself and upon you by trying to keep putting away yourself up. And we're saying fornication is spiritual and physical. You understand?
That's right.
All right. So let me say that first, just because we don't know those that might not heard it. Fornication will be spiritual and physical. So if she's not telling you to curse God or serve another God and all that strange stuff and this, that, and other, or you ain't catching things or whatever, or under the authority of something else.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Under the authority, that's what I'm talking about. And she's taking authority of something else. There's no reason to put her away. You see what I'm saying? There's no reason. And if you do, which you know a lot of us will, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to tell you out loud, you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
You know what you're saying. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. And you put away, man, you putting sin on you and her.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? And that you putting the type of sin that carry the charge of death. So you putting death to your spirit every time you do it. All right.
Verse 10. His disciples say unto him, if the case of the man be so with his wife, it is not good to marry.
There it is, man. Like marriage straight.
But he said unto them, all men cannot receive this saying, save they to whom it is given. For there are some eunuchs which were so born from their mother's womb, and there are some eunuchs which were made eunuchs of men, and there be eunuchs which have made themselves eunuchs for the kingdom of heaven's sake. He that is able to receive it, let him receive it.
See, we understand, like with Paul, you know, Paul basically chose to walk this walk without a wife because he gave his whole life to the mission of the body.
Christ was a perfect example.
Right.
Yeah,
and also, y'all, when it says this, verse 9, when they're putting it away, y'all is a force of, I'm letting you go, and there's no bill of divorcement as well. So when you put her away and she gonna be another man's wife, that's your adultery because you haven't given her a bill of divorcement. Right. So as long as she with him and she still has, you still got the receipt, then that's your adultery and you know it. Or we see these examples all the time. Somebody can be, you know, I ain't with my husband no more, and you live 20 years with somebody else. As soon as a tragedy or something happens, they call it for who got the receipt.
Exactly.
Y'all, we can see this with this Bobby Brown situation. Now they say his daughter was married to this guy, but he ain't been in the hospital room yet. Why? Because he got nothing proving it. Bobby, the daddy said, you ain't gave me nothing. I ain't seen nothing. I didn't walk down the aisle to you. So what they doing is they said next of kin, which is the daddy, because the mama dead. Now Bobby gonna play rough, because they wouldn't let him go to the funeral, or was bring 9 other people to the funeral of his ex-wife. So now he got the juice, and he working the parents over, because it's next in line. So if this boy had truly married her, he would be making all the decisions for life support and the whole 9, because he got the receipt. Right.
The authority, yeah.
So when you put away without a divorce, what you're doing is every time they're doing that and they still that connection tied there. No matter what happened, you can be with this person, you can set the whole house in order. When the judge slapped the gavel and say everything in that house belongs to the next of kin, well, whoever got the paper. Yeah, it's just what it is. You know, even if you go common law, there's still got to be something that tells everybody else, this is what happens if anything happens. It's got to be this, you know. You have to have something in place that they know that if it goes away, even if it come back, or you don't have the drama from the family, everybody coming like vultures. She said I could have that TV all the time. He said I get them eggs.
Dividing the goods.
And it's scrapping at death.
At death. You know, another thing too, I know a lot of my Israelite brothers, you know what I'm saying, some that don't like to deal with, you know, that third-party entity into their business, like when they got marriage certificates. But what my brother Dave said, listen, you gotta have your ducks in a row. You see what I'm saying? So if you don't do that, you need to have a contract, lawyer, something, man, so you can be able to handle the business. You know what I'm saying? Living will, you know what I'm saying? What's that one thing you go in the hospital have?
Power of attorney.
Power of attorney. So, you know, have your things in order. Now, with marriage license, it's a little bit more simple, because that kind of gives you access to all of that. You see what I'm saying? But for those of my brothers, you know what I'm saying? So there's no excuse. There's still a way to seal, document your woman.
And that's the security issue, because we know things happen.
Things happen.
This is indeed scripture. This is legal by the United States government in your Bible. As long as you got 2 people to sign it, they can sign, a notary public will stamp this. You can go up to the hospital with this, or you the husband, right there. Right there.
Public law, it's on record. The Bible is on record in public law.
2 witnesses, Bertha and Luther. Right there. Witness the whole thing.
And look, that Bible works in your school too. You see what I'm saying? When I was dealing with my daughter and my children about having to eat pork and all that, even saying the Pledge of Allegiance, I took up there to the school, showed them in the script where it is, and that man said, "Yeah, you good." I showed him. I went to Deuteronomy 17, showing like we don't appoint nobody, so like the government or them over us, no king over us, now my brother. You see what I'm saying? We adhere to the laws of the Most High. Then I showed him the dietary law. I just wrote it down on the letter, gave it to him, and he passed it, and it was fine. That was it. It worked. I got 7 children. I'm telling you what I did. Yeah. It worked. Why did you do it now? I just showed it to the principal. I went up to the principal because they was bringing, you know, my daughter was in trouble because she would not do Pledge of Allegiance. My husband. Then once after that, you know, I did it with the rest, but, you know, dealing with the Pledge of Allegiance or having to eat pork, you know what I'm saying? Because now more so with schools being, you know, so multicultural, they have to adhere to the culture of those people, or what they call religious beliefs. So basically, you show them, you know what I'm saying, 2-4 and on the record on this, you know, Leviticus 14, I mean, Deuteronomy 14, Leviticus 11. They not supposed to be on this. That's good enough.
Right, it just have to be put right. The same thing with flu shots, the whole 9. They don't.
I sent out a document on that.
Right, they don't want to hear what you said or what you heard because they think it's just past information.
Yeah.
You know, the same way if you get a chicken or anything, you can put without prejudice. And you sign it without prejudice. That's saying, I don't understand all the words on this document. Lawyers talk different from public people, so I don't understand, so I'm writing without prejudice. And they're going to ask you, what does that mean? So you have to be able to explain them, and if you holler out, that means I don't hate white folks. They're going to say, get out of this court. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. That's not without prejudice. You learn that from somewhere else. and you just putting it down there to get out of something. But without prejudice means I'm not fully aware of what I signed, of what I am signing. So you can't hold me 100% to this cause. And when they see that, usually they just dismiss it. But you got to know what it means, because they're going to ask you. Meaning, what does without prejudice mean? And you tell them article such and such, such and such, and they,
Uniform commercial code.
but you can sign every document with that. Without prejudice. I'm not fully aware. Or basically you're saying the small print is too small for me to read.
Why did you sign it? He had a gun.
Right.
And he's ready to go to jail if I give him my life.
Right.
Without prejudice.
Without prejudice.
I had a gun.
He threatened to lock you up because of that.
Right.
He threatened my freedom. Right, we're going to 1 Peter chapter 3. We'll go at verse 1. We will. We're going to go there.
And Romans after that.
Yeah, we're going to say it.
All right, y'all, we in 1 Peter chapter 3. We'll start at verse 1.
Everybody heard?
How we looking? Everybody there? We good? 1 Peter 3. 1 Peter 3 and 1. Know these are the husbands and wives. What do you say at the top of this? How we looking? All right, 1 Peter 3 and 1. Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husband.
There we go again. We understand we're dealing with authority at this point. We ain't talking about unrighteous ruling. You know what I'm saying? Because it's funny, we can go to work, we can listen to our boss, he can tell us what to do, we don't buck up at all.
Even yell at you.
Buck up at all. He said, overtime, you ask, how much can I get? But then we don't have the understanding with our husbands or with our mates, we don't want to be like that. You see what I'm saying? We got to come back out of that mindset. Right. You can get up in the, listen, you don't even want to get up in the morning, but you do it.
Right,
You see
brush
what
your
I'm
teeth
saying?
and everything.
Why you can't be like that with your family?
That's right.
That's how it's supposed to be.
That's right.
Right? It's like Christ is the Savior of the church. We know spiritually we talked about Christ as the husband, the church is the wife. See what I'm saying? What he didn't do for the church, he gave his life.
Right.
Right? So that's how we got to be back.
That's right.
Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word,
They do the what?
that if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives.
Read about that in the 1 Corinthians 7.
Verse 2. While they behold your chaste conversation coupled with fervor.
So you ain't supposed to be bum
gum.
You know what I'm saying? Bum. I like the way you put it.
Verse 3. Whose adorning, let it not be that outward adorning of plaiting the hair, and wearing of gold, or of putting on of apparel.
That outer cup thing. We ain't supposed to be on that outer cup thing. See what I'm saying? That's what he's saying here. Don't let the adoring of your wife be the outer cup.
Right.
Right, like more emphasis is put on the outer cup.
Right.
For women and men today. Especially when a woman to be in the mirror 5 hours.
Right.
Getting together, getting herself dressed and all that. As much as you put that outward, it need to be double going into that spirit.
That's right.
You feel me? So your whole beauty supposed to be from inward outward, not you. You beautiful outside, but you dragging inside.
Right.
That don't make sense.
That's right. So, and the key word is, it's not saying that you can't put on gold.
Right.
Because the bottom verse says, or putting on apparel, so that means clothing. So it's not saying just walk around naked.
Right. Right. Your emphasis shouldn't be on it.
Right.
Walk around naked and cook eggs.
It could be a problem.
Verse 4. But let it be the hidden man of the heart, in that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit. Meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of God of great price. Of great price.
Priceless.
Verse 5. For after this manner, in the old time, the holy women also.
What kind of women?
Holy women also. Who trusted in God. Who trusted in God. Adorned themselves. Being in subjection unto their own husbands.
So that should be the mindset we should get back to. We should do what? Adorn ourselves inside. Not saying that you ain't supposed to be outside, but inside a double portion. Holy, trusting in God in subjection. Keep going, bro.
Verse 6. Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord.
That's kind of hard for some people. When was the last time you called your man Lord? That's a hard thing, Understand, man, it's just authority. If you call Christ Lord, we call Christ Lord, we call him boss. It's just the authority, man. Just understanding what the authority or the power structure is.
You call your boss.
You call your boss.
Right.
You call your
Landlord.
Right.
You call the landlord. Lord of the land, right? Hey, makes sense. Hey, that's excellent.
He played too much Xbox. Call him Lord.
Video Lord.
But notice this also, that Sarah didn't call Abraham the Lord.
No, it's Lord.
Go back and read when she called him that, she said, my Lord.
Right.
You feel me? Understanding that he was the head of his household.
That's right.
She's his crib, not the Most High.
Right.
So don't let that, because a Negro get power drunk real quick. Real quick. And short circuit it. That's it. Well, you better call me Yahweh. Lord. No.
They're going to divorce the crib. Don't call me Lord. You out here. No, we ain't saying that.
But Sarah understood what it was, and the setup of the marriage, Abraham was the ruler of that.
Right.
The master, the Lord. He the one that controls it. Can't be two-headed household. It's just what it is. Now, there is a doctrine out here, if you don't like that, like, there is a doctrine out here you can join called the Daughters of Isis. Yeah, they actually worship you women. They worship you, drink your bath water, call you goddess, all that. All that.
They probably want to throw you on the front line.
And they into philandry too, so.
Y'all hear what he's saying? Not polygamy, but philandry.
Multiple men.
Multiple
My
men.
wife have multiple
I'm
men. It's a doctrine for you if you want to follow.
You know it ain't right.
Well, you know that smell ain't gonna be good.
All right, verse 7. I ain't finished 6. No. Even as Sarai obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters you are, as long as you do well, and are not afraid, with any amazement. So we call our sisters the daughters of Sarah if they do well, and they are not afraid to be daughters of Sarah. Gotta just let that go, being scared and be righteous.
Right.
You feel me? Men too. You know what I'm saying? Hurry up. You already know what time it is. World War III gonna bring it at. You feel me? What are we waiting on? Twiddling our thumbs to get right for? What we ducking for? What's all that? Tiptoeing. What's all that for? What's all that for? We on the brink of a major disaster. We caught out here looking silly. Look at what the Lord gonna do to us.
That's right.
Done deal. All that teaching, all that preaching, all them years of hard work don't even mean nothing.
Nothing.
You still ain't sure about what this thing is. Again, it ain't for boys, it's for men.
Say it again.
Stay on your porch. If you on some boy stuff. This war for men. Alright, 1 Peter 3, verse 7. Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge. Dwell with them according to knowledge. Where you getting your knowledge from, though? Gotta be the scripture.
Gotta be.
You gotta be feeding up this true knowledge right here.
That's right.
Dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife.
See what the husband's job is? To give honor to his wife. Not dishonor her, shame her. You know what I'm saying? Because you bring yourself to shame. You don't want nobody sitting there talking about your house like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For real, man. Keep your house. Listen, if a man doing his man, the wife is honored by that, you honored by her. You see what I'm saying? Read that Proverbs 31. You honored, man. The woman get up there and say, oh, this king of mine, what do you get? Everything that she's a help. She helped you get everything in order. Increase you, which increase her.
That's right.
Which increase your children.
That's right.
Which increase the wealth of the whole body. That's the mindset I get back to. Even today, nowadays, you know, they kind of flip it.
A healthy
Flip the
body.
woman. Yeah, the man became the help.
Yeah,
Somebody give me that real quick. Isaiah 3 and 12.
yeah, the man's the real now.
See what I'm saying?
He's the real. Where we going, brother?
Isaiah 3 and 3 and 12. 3 and 12.
And now, you know that one sister say, her real, about her real.
Yeah, she talking about her real. You supposed to lesbian, that's what you are. No, brother, I'm talking about my husband. That's wrong. You're his real. He's not your real. Oh, okay, brother, you know what I'm saying. I'm just saying, I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying? We still in that First Peter, right? Yeah, we holding that. He just hitting a quick one.
Quick precept where we done, reverse the roles. Isaiah 3 and 12, just that one verse.
Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them.
You hear that? Because it's out of order. You hear what I'm saying? The husband is scared of the wife. You know what I'm talking about? The wife is running the husband. The children running it all. You see what I'm saying? Out of order, man. Read that, start over again. And he's speaking to his people. Who are the people of God?
Us, children of Israel.
All right, read that again, bro.
As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err.
They that lead thee cause thee to err. You see what happened? So we got to get out of that baby boy mindset living off our women.
Right.
Letting our women be in charge. And you wonder why the children are losing their minds. They're out of control. They don't even get instruction. The best instruction they get from TV is from about being famous from TV, and they're getting homosexually fed down
That's right.
pipeline. Right. Every show now. Every show. It's got a homosexual theme. They put the black man face on most of them.
Every show you like, that theme is coming in, so get ready for the days of Noah.
Man, I'm watching Person of Interest. That's one of the shows I like.
Uh-huh.
I'm seeing the girl, she's tough and all that. Lady, look, she about to get killed and kiss the girl. What? Hey, bro, man, let's get back to that first speech.
You just hit this Ecclesiasticus and what he's talking about. If the problem you're having, like I say, if she's running the thing, like Ecclesiastes 25 in the Apocrypha, verse 22. A woman, if she maintain her husband, is full of anger, impudence, and much reproach. And we're talking about maintaining, we're not talking about a situation where a brother fell on hard times and he's put back against the 8 ball of being a protector and different things like this, but we're talking about maintain. This is just getting your small necessities. Baby, if you will, can you pick up me a pack of drawers when you stop by Walgreens? Can you some powder for my feet or anything, the maintenance of me as a man. If she does that, you give it her, she's got the receipt now, you're the possession. So if you get outside that box, then she's gonna let you know I got the receipt. And it's gonna get angry because she's maintaining. That's a difference from you falling on hard times, you the breadwinner and you fall on hard times. That's a total difference, but maintenance is take care of everything. You can't do nothing unless you ask permission. That's her, she's maintaining you. The paper out there, can I go out and get it? It's gonna make her angry because when she get around daughters like Sarah, she gonna see them reverencing their husband, and then you were in this position. You know. Look, even give me the money, I'll go get the chicken wings. Be in position of that. At least you maintain it. Don't, have to keep being in a situation where she has to put you in a position that it look like, that she's maintaining. She's sonning you. She's sonning you. And that's how you start to be looked at. She started to talk to you like a mother. And you start to answer like a son. Can I go out with the fellas, mommy?
Baby.
Baby.
Where you at? I'm at the crib.
Right.
Baby.
Hey, look. And everybody, you might think it sounds good and feel good, man. I'm telling you, she dog out with them. Weak ass.
So y'all, it don't mean, like I say, y'all, anything can happen, y'all, on bad times. You can get injured, you know, and now you on disability, but you still have to have the mindset to call a shot. And she still in subjection to that. She ain't gonna let you get out of pocket. She gonna put you in position to where it still maintain however it flow. They gonna still, if you got one leg and arm, like these soldiers that's come on arm, blew off the legs, blew off, but they say he still, this is who we going through. When they call, they say it's a man in the house there, she gonna make sure you get the phone and handle that thing, or she's gonna get instructions and say, well, his instructions are for me to tell you this. If that switches order, you're gonna have some problems.
It's red.
You're gonna be laying there in a pamper that ain't been changed in a while. You waiting on mommy to change it.
Mama, you the baby, right? Baby.
Yeah.
You know how you say, man, M-A-N, meet all needs?
Meet all needs.
She's the help.
Well, absolutely. Boy, you
Like
like
that.
Look, man, M-A-N, meeting all needs. Or mooching, A-double-S Negro. Whichever man you want, ladies. But you're going to be angry if you do the same.
You're gonna be angry.
So ain't no need setting yourself up for anger. You know, because he's called us to peace. You know, how you gonna live together with somebody in this class and live in the same house all the time? Y'all, it's like manna down here, y'all. We getting ourselves prepped to marry Christ. If it's like this in this house, Christ ain't none of this. I ain't bringing that drama to this. Y'all ain't bringing this drama to this wedding. None of the king. Y'all ain't coming here with this.
We at the First Peter.
Oh yeah, 1 Peter 3. And y'all also write down Jeremiah 31 and 22. Another example of prophecy about how women will be catapulted above us in this wicked setup.
That's right.
Jeremiah 31 verse 22. Jeremiah 31 verse 22. Matches up with Isaiah 3 and 12. A woman shall surpass a man.
That's right.
You see that is happening. And then Isaiah 29 also, verse 16. Turning the things upside down.
That's right.
It's a stain today. So what's backwards is considered right.
Right. But it can be dealt with like Mordecai dealt with Esther. You know, her uncle. You know, she was going, she was to go through, but she was giving instructions from him to the king. He tell her, look, tell him this. Tell him this. Right. Tell him that.
Right.
And she would come back, he said this, he said that. Go back and tell him this.
Mm-hmm.
Read verse 7, 1 Peter 3, verse 7. Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life.
So you're supposed to be heirs together of the grace of life.
That your prayers be not hindered. Finally, be ye all of one mind, having compassion one of another. Love as brethren. Be pitiful. Be courteous. Not rendering evil for evil, or railing for railing, but contrariwise blessing, knowing that ye are thereunto called, that ye should inherit a blessing. For he that will love life and see good days, let him refrain his tongue from evil, and his lips that they speak no guile. Let him eschew evil and do good. Let him seek peace and ensue it. For the eyes of the Lord are over the righteous, and his ears are open unto their prayers. But the face of Yahweh is against them that do evil.
You read that in Proverbs 28, you don't hear the prayers of saints. See what I'm saying? So we got to get back to that, man. Hey, look. The Lord deals with us, man. When we get out of pocket, the Lord will deal with us. People are like, well, what is my man out of pocket? You know what I'm saying? The Lord deals with that. You see what I'm saying? Also, if your woman out of pocket, the Lord deals with you. You see what I'm saying? So you just have to be and keep your course. We'll go, actually, I got to we'll be there real quick. Proverbs 5:18 through 23.
Yeah, you got to stand post regardless.
That's right.
Everybody got a post to stand. You can't abandon it for nothing.